Live from the Xfinity Lounge, this is the PHLY Eagles postgame show presented by Bet365 and Ashley. After the Eagles take down the Green Bay Packers 10-7, a defensive battle. DeVonta Smith making the big play for the Eagles on offense, two of them actually, after Saquon Barkley does one as well. We are definitely going to talk about what happened at the end of the game, which was absolutely bewildering. We'll get to all of it. We're going to hear from Fran Duffy. We're going to hear from E.J. Smith. We're going to hear from you, the sickos, as the Eagles move to 7-2 and continue their chase for the number one seed in the NFC. We go around the horn for your big takeaways. We'll get to Jamie Lynch, but we start with Super Bowl champion Vinny Curry. What was your big takeaway, Vinny?
The pass rush came alive. We've been asking for it. We finally see it. Listen, Jaelan Phillips, welcome to Philadelphia, my brother. What a phenomenal game. Way to make an impact. BG back. The pass rush looked alive. I'm so happy, and I'm excited. Yeah, I know I'm biased when it comes to defensive line, and the pass rush looked alive.
Nolan Smith as well. All three of those guys making an impact in this game. Moro Ojimo, Jalix Hunt. What was a weakness for this team all of a sudden has turned into a strength.
Yes, sir.
Jaelan Phillips, Vinny, had 8 total pressures against the Packers, according to PFF. The most total pressures by an Eagles player this season.
Don't believe in pressures. They don't exist, but Jaelan Phillips played a hell of a game.
Yeah, his presence was felt. Nick Sirianni almost made me lose my damn mind at the end of the game. We have plenty of time to get into that. But a win is a win. The defense was humming. Almost pitched a shutout. I thought it was a really impressive win, and the Eagles' dominance of the Packers continues. They just absolutely own Mark Murphy and the Green Bay Packers. They put him over their lap, and they spanked him on national TV.
Right in the tush.
Right in the tush. Pow, right in the kisser.
You know, also like flash today defensively, Nakobe.
Absolutely.
He was all over the field today. His presence was known. You felt it through the TV. You know, that was a defensive game, and let me tell you, his presence was definitely felt.
I totally agree with you. Now, it looked like throughout this game, Nakobe Dean and Jihad Campbell were rotating like 2 series at a time next to Zach Bond, with Jihad playing a little bit on the outside. But Nakobe was all over this game, had the forced fumble at the end of the first half, was rushing forward, had a sack. Yeah, I mean, Nakobe looks very good, and it tells you how much this defense has changed over the past month, that they are now so much deeper. Like, you know, they have probably the best linebacker tandem in football, and it doesn't matter which one of the two is on the field, right? The defensive line is obviously much deeper, and then even tonight, Adoree Jackson was not targeted a ton, but now they have more bodies there as well. The general strength of the defense is so much different than it was a month ago.
Man, I love it. That's what you call having a great bye week, great trade deadline. Howie, hats off to you. We talked about it, the last time we were always together. We talked about, hey, what do the Eagles need to get? We said, add to the secondary and some pass rush, and we couldn't be more happier than what we saw today.
I got some, I need a little cigarette here, some Quinyon Mitchell not safe for work stats from this game, because we talk about the secondary, and your boy Jalix Hunt, you're going to have to rave about in a little bit, Vinny. But my boy Q, tonight, 7 targets, only 2 catches allowed for 24 yards, and he allowed a 41.4 rating when targeted.
And that was playing through pain,
Lockdown. Quinyon had people in prison tonight.
After having to leave the game on the first possession.
And you talk about injury. He played through something. Lane Johnson.
I mean,
what a psycho.
Tough.
Let's talk about this, Vinny, because...
Listen, the toughest son of SOB was in the building. You think he was going to let him down?
Who's that? Oh.
I wasn't going to let him down. You know, man, Lane is tough.
I'm blown away by the fact that he could
Go
suffer
late.
that injury, go in at halftime, and then not be back for the start of the second half. They're playing in 15-degree weather or whatever it is. He has no more of the juice that you get from playing, right? So he's just been sitting there on the sideline, and then all of a sudden he comes back in the game.
That's the thing
that's insane.
You hear people say, "Impose your will." I just was imposing his will on people.
It's not like he just got shot up in halftime and came in. Seriously though, he wasn't ready for the second half. How does he do that?
Listen, I mean, just will and want to. The team needed him. The team really needed him. And then the play that he came in, he just mauled. My God, it was crazy.
The beard is getting unruly.
It is
under the face mask.
It is fierce.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's got like Jake Scott vibes. You remember Jake Scott?
He got that. He got that. What you call it? The Viking type of thing.
Yeah.
But listen, it fits him though.
It's very Leif Erikson.
Only thing he's missing is a leather jacket, leather pants with the chain hanging off, the boots,
I like that.
and the motorcycle.
I mean, just an insane thing for Lane Johnson to have done in this game. Fantastic. And speaking of insane things, let's talk about the end of the game. We'll get to what happened. We'll get to what happened on offense and the slog that it was until it wasn't on a 2-play sequence. And then also a really nice completion to DeVonta Smith on the next drive on 3rd and long. Yes, the Eagles are allowed to throw the ball on 3rd and long. But end of the game, Packers are out of timeouts. 4th and 6 from the 35 or so. And 25 seconds left. They call timeout after a really feeble attempt to try to draw them off sides. And instead of punting it and getting the Packers down inside their own 10-yard line or whatever, they call a go ball to AJ Brown on 4th down.
That was interesting.
And then all that means that all the Packers have to do is go 25 yards to kick a game-time field goal. They were lucky that they only went 22 yards, and instead the shank ends the game. But what were they thinking?
Listen, how many people y'all think threw something at the TV watching that right there? We was sitting here speechless and, Bo, you go right before the snap. Man, they're getting ready. They're not going
I said there's no way they're going to snap this ball.
Yeah, I was stunned. Because if you're deciding between kicking the field goal and making it a 2-possession game or that, I think the answer is the field goal. But if you're deciding of what to do in totality, you punt the ball into the corner of you coffin punt it. I'm not what are you doing? You end the game if you punt it there.
So Sirianni is going to get a lot of heat for this. And I am.
He's lucky.
This is pure speculation. I think that's a Jalen call. And I'm thinking back to what happened in Seattle in 2023. Do you remember this? When it was a very similar situation. They call a go ball. Jalen checks it at the line to AJ, and Sirianni takes the heat for it. And the stories came out after the season that this was something where actually Sirianni gained a lot of respect in the locker room because this was actually Jalen's decision to check to it at the snap. That's a thing that Jalen checks to a lot, is the go ball
to Josh
AJ
and a
Brown.
couple people in the comments are recalling that same Seattle game.
Okay, interesting.
So you're not
and you
alone
also,
there.
they showed on the broadcast tonight, Sirianni looked confused about that play call. He seemed surprised by that. I know there's also people getting on AJ Brown for maybe not going full out on that play, not fighting for the ball. I'm not so sure. I'd have to watch that again to think about that. But I really think that was a check at the line. And it doesn't matter whose decision it was. It was insane. It was really a really, really bad process. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Bizarre time to bust it. There's context to situations.
Try to get my guy a charity touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, if you punt the ball there, the game's
that's how
over.
they're treating AJ. Is okay, we've gone 59 and a half minutes. Let's finally get AJ involved in the offense.
At this point, I'll love to see a wide receiver jet sweep or something. You know what I'm saying? That's not played.
That was
risky.
that was AJ Brown's only target of the second half.
So Josh in the chat is saying DeVonta confirmed on ESPN after that Jalen and AJ drew up the last play. Nick had no idea.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, but that makes sense.
But Jalen has, and look, I'm not saying he doesn't, but complete carte blanche to call what he wants there?
Yeah,
that's not a go ball, in any situation. That's what the game on the line.
It's a misunderstanding of the situation.
Yeah.
That's the thing you do. Okay, the game is tied. We maybe need a field goal. We're a little bit out of range, but we're going to just go score a touchdown instead.
Yeah, if that's before half, I love it.
Is that truly confirmed?
Jalen likes doing that at the end of
crazy.
games when it's a little bit unexpected because you don't need a touchdown. But that was not that situation. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And yet the Eagles are 7-2, and there are a lot of good things to talk about from this game. So
yes, that was wild. I almost had a heart attack.
Well, that's the thing is that Sirianni is not totally devoid of criticism there because he sent the offense out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The offense did not need to be on the field.
But it might be like you said, bro. Maybe he thought that he wasn't going to snap it.
Yeah.
It was one of the weirder endings to a game. I mean, this is a year in the NFL where guys are making 65-yarders weekly. The kicking game has changed in the NFL. To not take all of these facts into consideration there is just wild.
Not tonight. My man Toe was looking
Brandon
like
McManus, local guy. One of us.
Don't lump Brandon McManus into one of us.
No.
Google Brandon McManus and make sure that he's absolutely not one of us.
Okay, I missed some kicker news, I guess.
Okay, let's get to the super chats here because I want to hear from what you guys have to say about this wild Monday Night Football game. Let's check out those super chats here. Starting with Alex, who says, Jalen seemed off tonight. Phillips is elite.
What a game from Jaelan Phillips.
Man, I'm telling you, he's going to be special.
Now, Vinny, what did you think? Because you have talked about it before. When you went from the Eagles to other organizations that were not run quite like the Eagles, how you felt that difference. So when Jaelan Phillips gets to the Eagles this week and says, getting traded to the Eagles was probably the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life. What did you think about that?
Walk 'em. I feel like it was a gold sword. You ever see them? Back in the day, the cartoons about walking, my son. You know, and that you got the juice now, but you can see it out there. He looked happy. He looked like he was having fun.
Yeah,
they was playing. Complimenting each other.
We'll get to the snap counts,
on the pass rush. Yeah, he did.
Well, he just said at the podium. He got called to the podium. He said this was as emotional a game he's ever played in. The man.
Well, it was the best game. It was the first game after the best thing that's ever happened in his life. Of course, it was emotional.
You leave a loser organization and you come to a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. That's 7-2. That's playing on Monday Night Football. The whole league is watching, and according to ESPN Analytics, just became the favorite to lock down the 1 seed in the NFC. So you went from hell to riding high. So yeah, I mean it tracks it.
It went from eating oodles and noodles to lobster and shrimp.
I like that. I like that. Alex Medina says, Vinny, when are you going to do a public signing? Actually, he says singing. I need something signed by a champ.
That's a good question.
I think he meant signing, but he did say singing.
Bro, you need to set that up.
Can you sing?
We are 7-2, and we having fun. How about you?
Oh, my goodness.
It's not bad.
Clip it.
Need a little bit of auto-tune.
Yeah, anybody can sing these.
7-2, 7-2. We're going to work on that during the break. Maybe we'll come out with a full chorus later on. I be me every day with the Super Chat says, can we call KP play calling? Can't get it right. Rohit, let AI call plays. Would be better than Patullo. Rohit, that's the only explanation that I am not going to accept. Obviously, never going to happen.
Y'all imagine that? Asking ChatGPT, what play should I call? Yo, Bo.
Vinny, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Jacob Tammy.
This is the real Jacob Tammy, former NFL tight end, Jacob Tammy.
How do you know it's the real one?
Because it goes back to last year. And Jacob, thank you for watching all these.
Jacob.
I think he watched Bronco shows at DNVR and then found us. And he started watching postgame shows. He's a big Vinny Curry fan.
Yo, Jacob, what's up, brother?
Yeah, this is the real Jacob Tammy.
Am I wrong? Was Jacob Tamme a no gloves guy?
Ooh. You might be right. Let me take a look.
That's the picture I have in my mind.
He's holding them. No, he's got some gloves on when he was in Indy. Nah, gloves in Denver too. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Jacob. Love you anyway. He says we'll take AJ and Jalen speaking as a win.
Hey, I like
AJ,
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's a good point. It's a big win tonight.
Listen, AJ doesn't always talk, so.
And look, we were kind of keeping an eye on AJ tonight on some of the rushing plays and the plays downfield.
He was there in the pregame on ESPN, saying hi
Dude,
to the
that
guys.
blocking down the field, though, on the Saquon joint was crazy. That was a huge play.
He's not quitting on plays. He's still blocking downfield. He's doing all the little stuff. So
that was a huge play from him making space
and
for
Saquon
there. Woo-hoo. And then Aaron D says, extend Phillips now. His pass rush makes me extended. He's talking about his penis, Jim.
Yes, yeah. We're talking 7 and 2 erections.
How about you?
Me, I'm good.
I feel you, Aaron.
Takes a little more than that. All right. Plenty to get to. We're going to hear from Fran Duffy on the other side here. But first, a quick word from some sponsors. We're going to talk Jalen Hurts. We're going to talk offensive game plan, Saquon Barkley in the running game, all that stuff after these words from our friends. Black Friday starts right now at Ashley. Door-busting deals, unbeatable prices. Style your home and save big today. Discover unbeatable deals on inspiring styles during Ashley's Black Friday event and take advantage of Black Friday special financing with 0% interest for 60 months only at Ashley. Offers valid through November 30th, 2025. Restrictions and exclusions may apply.
You want to join 90 million people worldwide that use Bet365? That's a lot of people, and they all know why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. They stream the most events each year, the best early payout offers in sports. And football, they got something cooking on Thursday Night Football, on Sundays, on Monday Night Football with the 50% super profit boost token on same-game parlays. They have Thursday night touchdowns. They have tons of great stuff, including the PHLY custom same-game parlays, which I'll have Saquon, I don't think got it, but it was close. I think we hit 2 or 3 legs tonight. And breaking news from Bet365, new customers can get $300 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use that code PHLY365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. And whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and older and physically located in PA. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Black Friday starts right now at Ashley. Door-busting deals, unbeatable prices. Style your home and save big today. Discover unbeatable deals on inspiring styles during Ashley's Black Friday event and take advantage of Black Friday special financing with 0% interest for 60 months only at Ashley. Offers valid through 11/30/25. Restrictions and exclusions may apply. Back on the PHLY Eagles podcast to hear the sirens outside.
Yeah.
I believe they are coming for Vinny, who has stolen the hearts of Eagles fans with his beautiful singing voice. All right. Do we have our man?
By the way,
in the film room,
Jacob Tamme with a super chat again says, I wore gloves.
Good to know.
Yeah. It's funny.
I mean, the non-gloves can be performative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how tough do you really think you are?
Yeah.
Catch the ball.
A little bit of a try-hard move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so shout out to Jacob Tamme.
And
shout out.
Those things are sticky. Why wouldn't you use them?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's very silly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fran Duffy, who joins us now on the Ashley Fan Cave, Fran's Film Room.
Fran. Oh.
Fran, how are you? Good to see you.
I mean, after that game, a lot to talk about, but a lot to forget.
Did you think it was that ugly? I thought it was an interesting game. I
thought it was good.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a lot of ugly. I felt like on both sides, but look, an important win, a big win, certainly for the Eagles, and something hopefully they're able to take some things from this. But certainly not the prettiest win. I honestly, and even if Green Bay pulls that out, like you're not feeling great about that either. But
No.
I did kind of think they deserved to kick that field goal at the end because of how insane that mismanagement was at the end of the game.
Just like, and my mind immediately went to Seattle as well, so we were on the same track there. Interesting that DeVonta like immediately like nipped that in the button. So we're not replaying this from 2023. And making sure that that's out there immediately. That's interesting.
All right, I want to get your thoughts on really everything that happened in this game, but let's start with a positive here, and that was the touchdown pass to DeVonta Smith after the long Saquon Barkley catch and run on a third down. What did you see here? And this was the first ball the Eagles threw downfield the entire game, I believe. And there is something to this offense where sometimes it feels like they have to wait for something to go right to try to do something big. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it was you get that 41-yarder to Saquon off the spin move, and then it's like, all right, now we can go try something. And this was a really well-designed play, and it attacked the coverage in a perfect way. It was really well put together. This is the DeVonta one, guys. So for whoever's cutting back here, so basically
Lindsay's debut in the postgame show.
Lindsay, beautiful. All right, so Lindsay, so basically what we got here is you've got a condensed formation from the Eagles where you see DeVonta Smith on the far right side here, and you've got Jahan Dotson coming in motion. Now, you've got a corner over DeVonta before the snap, before the motion. Jahan Dotson is going to bump outside, and that corner is now going to run with Jahan Dotson. So now you are dictating to the defense the matchup that you want. You've got DeVonta Smith running with free access, a vertical route right at that safety on the hash mark. Lindsay, if we go to the next shot, we're going to see that they also have some play action here. Now you've got Tank Bigsby in the backfield. It's going to be outside zone action to the left. You've got Dallas Goedert coming on that little slide RPO action back to the right. So you've got two defenders basically in the backfield, and that's basically it's eye candy for those linebackers underneath, just to kind of hold them there, because this is going to be a two-man route concept from the Eagles. I mentioned DeVonta Smith on the right. You can see A.J. Brown now entering the frame on the left-hand side. Lindsay, if we go to the next shot, you're going to see that A.J. Brown is working vertical up the numbers here, and he's got to make sure that he pushes vertical hard to hold that safety right there in the middle of the field. On the other side, you see DeVonta. He's already one-on-one with that safety. Jalen has to make sure that safety that's circled there in the middle, that he is coming down to crash on A.J. Brown's route. But that's the read for Jalen. If this safety is being aggressive to A.J., then you're going over the top to DeVonta Smith. If he is sitting back to take away the deep ball, well, now then you're going to throw this to A.J. Brown, and that's why you want to hold those linebackers underneath to make that throw to A.J. a little bit easier. But you can see that Jalen, he's got the ability to hit either of these throws. If we go to the next shot here, you're going to see that DeVonta Smith, again, he's working that post route across the middle of the field. The safety is held. Jalen's about to throw this pump fake that's going to hold that safety and even extra beat. And then he cuts this loose. Let's go to the last shot here. And this is just one of the things that DeVonta Smith does so well: the body control, the competitiveness, and then the ability to finish at the catch point. Outstanding job from DeVonta Smith on this play, but really a well-designed play from Kevin Patullo, the offensive staff, and everybody involved. A great play call in that spot.
And it kind of begs the question. And now listen, we talked all week about how the Packers defense has been the best in the NFL at not surrendering explosive plays. So I take that with a huge grain of salt. But why couldn't they take a few other deep shots in this game?
Yeah, until the final. You mean like until that final play? Yeah, exactly. It's a good question. It's one of the things that I'll be interested to see on the film tomorrow. Is like, all right, were there plays that they didn't really necessarily show it on the broadcast, that maybe there were guys open down the field. I will be interested to see what that looks like tomorrow morning. But overall, look, they would get into like 3rd and 7, and it's a draw play to Will Shipley. Like, They were very, very conservative throughout the entire night. Against the defense. I don't know if this is a Parsons thing. I don't know if this was a hey, we don't want to test that secondary down the field, but it was an extremely, extremely conservative game plan from the Eagles throughout the course of this game.
It has been my pet issue all season long. Them running the ball on 3rd and 11 plus. They're now 0 for 12 on the season when they call a designed run there, and they are chasing the modern record for the percentage of times on 3rd and 11 plus when they call a run. So this does not include scrambles. They're like a percentage point below the all-time leader there. It is driving me crazy, I will admit, and I think we can all see it happening as my sanity dissipates. But I don't even know what my question is. I just want to talk about it, and I want to know how you feel about it.
Well, look, what you're forgetting, though, is by filtering that down to just those 3rd and longs, you are forgetting the 2nd and long run by Tank Bigsby.
Run the ball on 2nd and 26 if you need to, and you can pick it up with Tank Bigsby. But, I mean, listen, then they're in the red zone. They get that delay of game, which, by the way, another season-long issue. They can never get the ball snapped on time. They accept that penalty instead of calling timeout to go from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12, and then they call a give-up run. So if you can't trust yourself to throw, then waste the timeout, because then you can try to pick up the first down. It's not like they needed those yards for the field goal. It's driving me nuts. And then we can talk about the end of the half stuff, which is even more cowardly, but I don't know. They won the game.
But I mean, both end of half scenarios. And again, you get into like how much of that was Jaelan and AJ drawing that up in the dirt at the end. But either way, I mean, even like the drive before that, I felt like there were just questionable decisions. Using that timeout on offense before just in case, you never know if you're going to need that. There was a chance that they were going to need it. And obviously they did not have that in their back pocket just in case. So yeah, definitely some questionable moves down the stretch that I'm sure Nick Sirianni is being asked about.
Meanwhile, that same drive, 3rd and 12, when they need a first down, a beautiful throw from Jalen Hurts to DeVonta Smith.
Right.
I just saw a tweet from our friend Fan since 09, which kind of encompasses all of this. He said the Eagles have basically locked up the 1 seed, but they're the worst football team I've ever watched in my life, and everyone should be fired and/or cut.
Damn.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Fran, I have a little bit of a hot take question for you.
Okay.
Is DeVonta Smith better than A.J. Brown currently? And I know there's context in a quarterback and an offensive system and all that other stuff around him. Is he the better wide receiver?
I mean, he's definitely, to me, he's more explosive and more reliable right now. Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take. I mean, he certainly has been more productive. And honestly, it goes back to even to the second half of last year. I know that's been a thing that's been brought up from fantasy football circles, is like, oh, if you look at the last 12 months, DeVonta has been the more productive part of this Eagles passing attack. So, no, I actually don't think that is that hot of a take.
Ooh, because that 3rd and 12, like, he had like 4 yards of separation. That was filthy just route. Filthy.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to creating separation on his own. He can do it inside. He can do it outside. I talked about what he can do at the catch point. He can get off a jam. I mean, he's as well-rounded a receiver as there is in the NFL. And if he was, 3 inches bigger and 20 pounds heavier, like you'd be talking about him in the same vein as the Jamar Chases and Justin Jeffersons of the world. But just because of that size, that is going to be a limiting factor when you're talking about who's the toughest guy to match up against on a one-on-one basis.
Meanwhile, Fran, we saw the running game seem like it got on track 2 weeks ago against the Giants. In this game, Saquon Barkley, 20 carries for 60 yards, 2.7 yards a carry. That includes a 15-yard run. So those other 19 runs, pretty paltry. What jumped out to you from the TV copy?
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple that came back, due to penalty. There were some nice gains there. I think when you look at it, they were able. I'm going to go through the numbers on this, but after the Lane Johnson injury, they got away from some of the 6-0 line stuff. We saw a couple where they threw in Matt Pryor there, but you didn't really see too many of those snaps. You saw a handful before Lane got hurt where Fred Johnson came on the field. So now do they want to build the entire boat out of that? Probably not. It's not great that you have to run with those sets if you're going to have any kind of success in the running game. But I mean, that first 15-yard run that Saquon busted off in the first quarter, it was literally the same play, same personnel grouping, same formation as the long touchdown against the Giants 2 weeks ago on his first carry of the day. So I think when you're looking at that's certainly going to be a part of their identity moving forward, as long as everybody's healthy up front. But in this one, I mean, there was just, this was a weird game offensively. It was honestly like they struggled to get anything going. I'm fascinated to see what that looked like on the film. I was expecting that they were going to have more success, especially watching that team a week ago. Carolina manhandled them at the point of attack. I thought that the Eagles would be able to come in and be able to kind of assert their will that way. You made the point earlier this week, I guess it would have been late last week, that how much would Matt LaFleur and that coaching staff challenge the Packers after what happened at the Link in January in terms of just losing the physical edge in that way on both sides of the ball.
Just by the numbers, 37% success rate for the Eagles offense in this game. That's 27th of 30 games, including the playoffs over the last 2 seasons. So, I mean, we knew that it was low. EPA per drive is similar. And yet they did enough to get the W. Let's talk about the other side of the ball, which did a lot more to contribute to the win. And that it was led by the new guy, Jaelan Phillips, who was all over the place and had a big stop on 4th down. What did you see there, Fran?
Yeah, I mean, extremely active. He was a big part of that first sack, the Jalen Hunt sack that knocked Green Bay out of field goal range. They were moving the football and they were really in a rhythm. And then you get that huge sack from Hunt, but that starts with that Jaelan Phillips pressure. That's the thing with pressures, Bo, is that
that was a real pressure.
Pressures are important.
Look, Next Gen Stats had him with 7 pressures. I know that Jamie, you said earlier, was PFF had him for 8, right? So obviously, all the services are going to have.
Yeah, and Roy, who works in the building here, had him for 15.
Either way,
Roy knows
this
ball.
is a guy that was around the football a lot, and it was not just the pass game; it was the run game as well. We'll take a look at the 4th down stop in a bit, but I was impressed with what we saw from Jaelan Phillips. It was interesting. I was fascinated to see what that would look like in terms of like not just the volume of snaps, but also his alignment. I didn't note a ton with him inside, but most of his reps came over the right tackle and Nolan Smith playing over the left tackle. Obviously, we've seen Nolan; he's been more so on the opposite side. So I thought that was an interesting switch here in this game.
Yeah, I think there were a couple with Phillips on the right side, but it was as you said, I would say like 90 to 95% on the left side, and I didn't see him inside at any point in this game. There were a couple, games where he was coming inside. But Vinny, what did you see from Jaelan Phillips as like the style of moves that he was making? Because I know there were a few plays where you were really impressed.
Yeah. Oh man, his get off the ball, the dip, the way he made the QB, Jordan Love, just the way he stepped up, and then they all look fast out there. Did you feel the same thing, Fran? They just look fast out there.
Nolan felt fast.
They just...
Maybe it's a change from what we've been watching the past couple of weeks, but they did
feel...
my
God.
Well, listen,
so when you look at all 4 of the DNs, right, just listen, you got Nolan Smith, you got Jalen Hunt, you got Jaelan Phillips.
BG.
And BG. Like, those...
Well, I mean, listen, no shade against the guy. Josh Uche was their second best pass rusher 2 weeks ago, and he didn't even get on the field tonight. That tells you how much the depth has changed from top down.
Damn.
Yeah. And look, you felt his presence, from the jump, opening series, and then late in the game. I mean, he's a big part of that 4th down stop. Lindsay, if you want to just pull up 4th down.
And I feel like as you break this down, I feel like we are not giving this play enough attention on this. Like, this was an enormous play in the game. This is when they won the game.
And this was not just a Jaelan Phillips play either. I was sitting we're watching in the living room. Meg and I are sitting and watching, and we're quiet. We're grinding this game out at the end. And you could hear clear as day on the broadcast, Moro Jomo calling this play out. Inside zone this way, inside zone this way, screaming inside zone. Lindsay, if you go to the first shot here, you're going to see that Moro flies off the ball. So the ball is snapped. You can see the ball is halfway to Jordan Love at this point. Moro flies off the ball, but you could hear
Vinny goes, damn.
Clear as day. He's inside zone this way, inside zone this way. So he knew that this play was coming. So he wins off the ball with quickness. Now he's just trying to shoot the gap. He's just trying to wreck stuff in the backfield. So he gets off the ball, gets into the backfield. That kind of messes up that double team play side. It's supposed to be a run in that direction. Now, Lindsey, if you go to the next shot, you're going to see the other guy next to him, Jalen Carter. He bench presses the right guard and puts him completely into the backfield. So he resets the line of scrimmage. Now, if you're Josh Jacobs on this point, your left side, the play side B gap, that's completely shot. Moro Ojomo just wrecked that. Then you've got Jalen Carter. If you try to cut back, you're looking to your next gap back, and Jalen Carter has completely wrecked Jordan Morgan, your right guard. So now you got to bounce this all the way back to the tight end side, the back side, where Jaelan Phillips is. So, Lindsey, if you go to the next shot, you're going to see that Jaelan Phillips, he's got the tight end dead to rights. He's got him completely pressed down towards the hash mark. He's got complete control of this block, and he's going to get off, and he's going to make this play on the running back here. So, Lindsey, if you go to the final shot, you're going to see that he's got him wrapped up. Reed comes flying in. I watched this back time and time again. I couldn't get a great shot of exactly who poked this out. I do think that it ended up being Phillips personally.
Oh, really? I thought it was Reed.
Reed is kind of sticking his paw in there as well. So either way, both guys did an outstanding job of making sure they go for the football and they're able to get the stop there on fourth down, regardless of whether it was a fumble or not. So great job from Jaelan Phillips. But it starts with Moro Ojomo. Whether it's film study, alignment, whatever it was, like he cued off right away that was going to be a run in his direction. It was going to be inside zone. Lets the whole defense know, and then those guys just whoop them up front.
I got a question for you, Fran. When we're doing this show in 2 years, is Jalix Hunt or Ojomo the better defensive line player?
I would say my guess would be
because they're
Ojomo.
both ascending so well. Like they're on great trajectories, both of them, and they're both so young. That's why I ask. Yeah,
no, it's a good question. I think that to me, it's probably Ojomo, and obviously you'd probably rather if you have the question of which one do you want to hit their ceiling, it's probably Jalix Hunt, just because of the rare physical tools he does have, and at that position. But honestly, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Both guys, have that ability to be real game wreckers up front if they were to hit their ultimate ceiling.
We don't need to play the compare guys game. The Eagles will be happy to have all these guys on the defensive line.
Oh, it's fun to play the compare guys game.
I kind of think the more interesting question is Jalix or Nolan.
Ooh, that's a little spicier.
Well, to me, I think the Nolan thing is clouded by the fact that by the durability.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be the big question with him. And you brought that up last week, Bo, that there might be some concern, some worry about his ability to stay healthy long term. And I think that it's warranted based off what we've seen over this short sample so far, 3 years into his career.
It's also important that we give Moro the love in this tight circle of the four of us. EJ doesn't need to be a part of this.
Absolutely.
We can't acknowledge that Moro Ojomo is a good player, as far as EJ is concerned.
Look, that's the thing about. Obviously, it's a bit, right? But for me, I loved Ojomo coming out of Texas. See, so
you did. You were on him first. That's true.
Did you coin him?
Yeah. What's that?
Did you coin him?
I mean, I'm not gonna. I would never say that I coined.
You know that he was also. You know that he was also part of the core four.
Right. So you coined him then.
So EJ's frankly last to the party when it comes to Moro Ojomo. Yeah.
Well, I will ask you this though, Bo. I mean, look, we'll call a spade a spade. You've been so worried about this defense. I mean, the Eagles, the defense wins the game for the Eagles in this game.
Yeah, this is a different defense. they literally added half the league.
What about my boy Q? Huh?
Yeah. Guess what? Defense is a lot different when you add 3 players to the top of it. Of course, I feel better about the defense now.
Some of us don't forget about your Q. You came after him a little bit.
Yeah, he had a bad game against the Broncos.
He slipped.
He's allowed to have a bad game.
Back to the clamps.
Bad game might be a little bit of a stretch there.
Sorry, I have high standards for a guy who could be one of the best corners in the NFL.
He is one of the best corners.
Yeah. So you're allowed to grade him harshly. All right. Speaking of impressive young players, Jahad Campbell. This is such a fascinating thing to me. He has been very good this year, and yet he has been essentially demoted to a part-time player, playing like 2 series at a time, playing on the edge. And it's not because he hasn't played well. It's just because Nakobe Dean has deserved it, it seems like. What did you see from Nakobe tonight and on that sack fumble?
Yeah, I mean, Nakobe flashed, from the jump. He was all around the football. Obviously, Green Bay, they come out. They want to be able to assert their dominance in the run game. They want to be able to get Josh Jacobs going. And so this was going to be a Nakobe Dean game, and Nakobe showed up. I mean, he is seeing things so fast. And, I think that's always something that's going to help him. And I think when you're looking at how, just his ability to play fast downhill, play with ferocity, play with violence, that's one of the best things he does. And I think that showed up. And then him as a blitzer tonight as well. There were a couple times where he didn't hold his water great. He got caught a little bit late in the pre-snap phase. They were able to reset the protection. But he also had the sack fumble in the first half as well, which I know is a play we're going to break down. But Nakobe flash. It's tough, man. Like I don't envy the position that they're in, but you also I would love Jahad Campbell to be a full-time player. So it's a tough call to make, certainly.
I have it. True Media has it at 14.5% blitz rate from Vic in this game, which is towards the lower end for the Eagles under Vic. It felt like a good amount of those sim pressures though, just by the naked eye.
Yeah, a lot of sim pressures. I don't have the exact numbers on those, but Jordan Love. I mean, this was the third highest pressure rate for the Eagles in this season in this game, and it was the second highest pressure rate for Jordan Love in a game this season. I mean, they peppered him with defenders around him throughout the course of the night. I think when you're looking at, obviously some of that was pure one-on-one wins from the guys inside or from off the edge. Jaelan Phillips, gets on that bull rush that impacts Jordan Love, allows Jalen Hunt to get home. You had the stunt where Nolan Smith on a long stunt came flying through the A-gap and delivered a big hit. You saw the linebackers involved as well. So yeah, they found a lot of different ways to be able to impact Jordan Love throughout the course of this game.
Right. When you watch the film, I guarantee you when Jordan Love was watching that film and he's counting how many going through his reads and counting how many seconds that before the pass rush to get home. I bet he ain't think that his clock was going to get sped up tonight the way he got sped up. Because let's be honest, all of us ain't think the pass rush was going to look the way it looked tonight. So that goes to show you that you like you said, they was winning their one-on-ones. We talked about winning one-on-ones. Everybody made their rep count. Every single person that got in that game tonight made their rep count.
How does Jalen Carter look to you?
I felt he did. I felt like he did his job.
Okay.
When you got that much speed coming off the edge like that, it was able for him to just bench press his one guy and put a hand up, and that's why he knocked down 2 passes tonight.
At least 2.
But the pass rush and the step up was happening so freaking fast. I don't even think he had time to even shed his guy. But
so we're gonna see the best version of Jalen Carter now with some speed on the edge.
Hell yeah, yes. And then with the time is split, I think we're gonna see the best version of Jalen Hunt, Nolan Smith. Because now when we talk about sense of urgency, remember early in the season we talked about sense of urgency. Oh, it's some fire lit under some asses now. Spending that time like that, and that everybody's like, what do Stout say? Hungry dogs run faster.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the puppy saying, "Hold on, wait for me." You don't want to be that guy.
I like that. All right, let's break down that Nakobe sack, Fran.
Yeah, Lindsay, this will be just Nakobe one. Yeah, so basically what you get, and this is honestly one of the things about just dropping in Jaelan Phillips and dropping in Nolan Smith to this front is that, look, you can get on the whiteboard and talk through stuff and you look at the X's and O's, but this is where the Jimmies and Joes can have an impact on things. And when you've got Jalen Carter and Jaelan Phillips off to one side, that's going to draw extra attention. You're going to draw the offensive line to slide in that way more often than not. And if you can become predictable and if you can force an offensive line to be predictable with their protection call, well, now you can go into attack mode as a defensive coordinator. And we've seen Vic Fangio do that throughout the course of the season. So here on this play, again, you've got Jalen Carter and Jaelan Phillips circled here. Now they're going to slide the protection in that way. Lindsay, if you go to the next shot here, you're going to see that you've got the slide going that way, but then also you've got Moro Ojomo slanting inside to the A gap. And basically what that's doing is it's kind of like parting the seas. You're going to have Jalen Hunt at the top. He is working vertically upfield. You're creating a nice wide alley for Nakobe Dean to blitz here from depth. And so by Morrow sliding inside and Jalen staying outside, now you are basically isolating Nakobe Dean one-on-one with the running back. And you're viewing that as a win. And honestly, in this instance, it was a big win for the Eagles. Lindsay, if you go to the next shot, you're going to see that Nakobe blows up Josh Jacobs, just completely rocks him on first contact. Jacobs is turned parallel to the sideline here. Nakobe's got eyes on Jordan Love, and he does a great job. Vinny, I'd love to get what you guys would call the coaching point here on attacking the quarterback, because he goes right at the breastplate and just wraps him up. Lindsay, if you go to the next shot here, this ends up being the sack fumble. He doesn't go low. He doesn't go high. He goes right at the breastplate, right at the numbers here, and just rakes his arms right through where the ball is. And so now that leads to the ball getting kind of jostled as he's going up to reach the throw. Watching it live, I'm like, oh, this is going to be incomplete. And then you watch the replay, and you're like, yeah, he had zero control. He's trying to throw this ball, but he had no control of it whatsoever. And that's because of Nakobe's ability to make sure he goes up through where the ball, or through the carriage point there of the quarterback. But again, this free run was created by that front alignment. You knew what the protection call was likely to be. You sent the blitzer in that way to get him one-on-one with the running back. He takes advantage of the one-on-one, and then he gets home and makes the play. It was a really well scripted, really well designed, and well executed across the board.
And then that still shot, did you see both the edges cost a step up, hitting the blitz, and you see what Jalen Carter is? I said he didn't have enough time to even shed his guard. The shit was happening so fast. Good job, Fran.
All right, Fran, what are you going to be most looking forward to seeing when you are able to turn on the tape before tomorrow's 2 o'clock PHLY Eagles show?
I think it will be the defense. I might write on the Jaelan Phillips, like maybe take a look at all of his stuff. He obviously was very active in the game, so that might be what I write off of. But I'm definitely more excited to watch the defense, honestly, after what they did against this Packers offense tonight.
Man, Jalen, man, Yo, he brought the juice.
You're right.
We talk about sense of urgency. I'm just excited for that, because we were sitting here a couple weeks ago pissed. Like, yo, where's the sense of urgency at? Like,
yeah,
tonight you seen it, and then let me just be honest. This is going to light some fire under some people's butts, man. Shit is. I'm excited for it.
Why is that?
Because like I said, you don't want to be the guy and come Monday or Tuesday when you're watching that film after the games, you don't want to be the guy that don't look like you're flying around or flying off the ball, because now it's going to be exposed with the pass rush help and the guys being back. You don't want to be that guy.
Makes sense.
And if BG's coming back, and Fran, I don't know what your just like gut live reactions were. Watching it live, we were like,
that's some good rushes.
He's getting off the line quick. His timing was good, and he had a couple bull rushes where he still got some grown-ass man strength.
Yeah.
So if you're a young guy and you're watching BG come in off the street and perform well right away, it's got to be motivating.
Yeah, I would think so. And you know that he's going to be given that motivation from the sideline and in the film room as well. So you know that BG is going to bring that. Troy Aikman, this close to giving the podcast some pub.
I know. I literally yelled. I was like, come on, production crew.
Troy.
Where's the podcast? Shout out.
Unbelievable. All right, best of the business. Fran Duffy, thank you so much. We'll talk to you on the PHLY Eagles show tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Thanks for joining us on
good, guys.
Fran's Film Room, presented by Ashley. Then that'll send us to a quick break to hear from some sponsors. On the other side, we'll give you Vinny's Beef of the Week. Continue to hear from you, the sickos. Go over some snap counts, all that good stuff on the PHLY Eagles postgame show. There's a new name in town shaking up the snack game. Our friends at Righteous Felon Craft Jerky. These guys have been running a flavor racket for over a decade, slinging bold, rebellious, small batch meat snacks made with real ingredients and zero shortcuts. And today we're talking meat sticks, 4 flavor-packed sticks that go way beyond the usual gas station suspects. You know what we're talking about. Those, like, gross-tasting, generic things taste like plastic. No. When you bite into a Righteous Felon meat stick, you taste real quality ingredients. You feel like you're having a true meal. These are clean label snacks made with real ingredients and zero filler. So head over to righteousfelon.com. Use the code PHLY20 to get 20% off your first order. That's righteousfelon.com for 20% off with code PHLY20. Righteous Felon, high protein, bold flavor, no BS.
The other day, my friend Jordan invited me over to watch some ball at his place. His last name's Love, and he was pumped up to watch some football. But his setup, it was total garbage. A total mess. It was lagging. He didn't know what the apps were. He was flipping around. He claimed to be a big Packers fan, but I felt like I had been fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. You can find the best games, your favorite teams, all in one place. It's next level. And it's the perfect fan flex. So when you see Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, you can just be like, you dopes don't even have Xfinity. I've got all the action right there in my living room, plus the best picture and sound with enhanced 4K. So clear, it feels like I'm in the stadium. And sometimes you can get the quad box, the 4 games going at once, because why not? On top of that, you get real-time notifications and live stats right there on your TV. It's the best seat in the house every time. So next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box.
Back on the PHLY Eagles postgame show. Tom Jackson in the chat is
Tom's right.
Hit the like button.
Come on.
Come on.
The Birds are 7-2.
We've had some algorithm issues. We need your help.
Yes. Help us out here.
Let's
Damn
go.
it.
Like the video, comment below, all that good stuff.
You know,
and by the way, if you're going to be in the Philadelphia area around Thanksgiving time, maybe come check us out live at Reading Terminal on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. What better thing could you do? All of the PHLY Eagles shows at Reading Terminal. Looking forward to that day.
Yeah, come get your meats, cheeses, pies, and other holiday foods.
Get your bird.
Yeah. Vinny, what's your favorite piece of food at Thanksgiving?
Sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've ultimately settled on stuffing.
Okay.
I love a good stuffing.
Bo?
I'm basic. Give me the turkey.
Dark
That's
meat
the
or
day.
light?
That's the day of the year I want my turkey.
The dark meat's better.
With a little bit of gravy, maybe a little bit of cranberry sauce in there. You get the mashed potatoes. I like it all.
Canned
the
cranberry or
Turkey.
the foo-foo fancy stuff?
No, I make my own cranberry sauce.
Oh, you're a real aristocrat.
Bo the chef.
Yeah. I'm cooking Thanksgiving, baby.
A real aristocrat with your own. Give me that.
That's not a super fancy. It's very easy.
Give me that crap out of the can. Just plop it right down. It's delicious.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's better.
It's not as good as the food we had tonight. And shout out to our friends at Mission Barbecue for outfitting the place tonight with a great barbecue spread. So thanks to Mission Barbecue. You can find them all over the area. Good stuff.
All that good stuff. And while you're checking out PHLY stuff, check out the PHLY merch store. Always good stuff with our friends at the PHLY merch store. Okay. At Righteous Felon, they give out the beef of the week to the employee of the week. Like on the PHLY Eagles show, Vinny Curry gives out the Righteous Felon beef of the week to the lineman of the week. And usually this is a tough call. I feel like we know where you're going here, Vinny.
I'm gonna go. I got 2 beef of the week, guys.
Oh, you got 2 beef of the week.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball?
Both sides of the ball.
All right.
Both sides of the ball. I'm gonna go Jalen Hunt.
Okay.
He had a hell of a game.
Yeah, he did. I mean, dude, the kid is getting better every week.
Yeah.
And I think before this trade happened, he's arguably been the best lineman of the season.
I agree.
No disagreements?
And then I'm gonna go Jaelan Phillips.
Okay.
Welcome to the Birds.
That's where I thought you were going to go.
I mean, dude.
I think he had 19 pressures in this game.
How many snaps is True Media?
4.
4 snaps.
19 snaps. Around 19 pressures on 4 snaps. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Jaelan Phillips, absolutely.
And
How do you feel about 50? Number 50 for him.
I mean, I would like to see the 15. I would like it.
Yeah. I don't love 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know I would like to see the 15.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That would be better.
To see it back. The 50 remember Casey Matthews?
Yeah.
Baby Thor?
Casey Matthews, yeah.
Ernie
Ernie Sims, I think, was also 50, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ernie Sims.
Shark in the water.
Florida State. He was He was good.
He was a swole dude, too.
You like, I don't know, a $50 super
Jaelan
chat?
Phillips, fantastic. Matthew Latucci! Wow.
That's the best 50 I've seen.
Latucci.
Speaking of 50,
50, 50, 50.
We like the number 50 now.
50 for 50. Jaelan Phillips should change his number to $49.99. Matthew Latucci. All right.
By the way,
Fantastic.
the other beef of the week.
That'll do it for the beef of the week.
I thought you were going to mention was possibly Lane for returning to the game.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it doesn't get much more beefy than that.
That was a scary beef for the week right there.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I was so glad to hear it was ankle.
That was the beef of the week where it actually wasn't Righteous Felon. It was a different place where you bite it and it's not good. It takes you out for like an hour and a half, and then you're finally able to rally and get back on the field.
That was a little nerve.
I thought his season was over when it first happened. I thought it was his knee, and like to see him need two guys to help him off in the cart, I was like, oh. So that was kind of best case to hear it was ankle and he returned.
What a great name, Latucci.
Latucci.
Matthew Latucci.
Matt Latucci.
Latucci. Love it.
See, you do $50 bonus or super chats, and Bo's going to sing about it.
I'll sing anybody for $50. Absolutely.
No twerking for free over here.
All right, let's also give you the Ace Hardware Home Services temperature check, and I'm going to give you the defensive snap counts here. Are you ready? This is according to True Media. So 55 snaps for the defense, all of them played by Zach Bond, Reed Blankenship, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, and Andrew Makuba. Of the 55 snaps, 53 played by Jalen Carter. Took 2 snaps off in this game. Adoree Jackson, 44. That will be the snaps when they were in their base defense, obviously. And Cooper DeJean goes to the outside. And here it is. He was already a half beef of the week member. Temperature check. Heating up. Jaelan Phillips debuts with 42 of 55 snaps in his Eagles debut.
Damn.
36 for Moro Ojimo and Jalix Hunt. 33 for Nakobe Dean. 31 for Jahad Campbell. 26 for Jordan Davis, who I will say has been a little bit quieter of late.
Yeah.
I think that is fair to say. Only 15 snaps for Nolan Smith, although I think you saw at the end of the game, that final drive, when it was like, okay, we need our best guys on the field. Nolan Smith was on the field then on the right side
I thought he
rushing.
looked pretty good for the first game back.
I thought so too. 8 for Brandon Graham, which we will talk about
I
on
think
this
that was
week's.
the line I set for you.
I think you were right. Yeah.
I think I said 8.
On this
All
week's
8
Unblocked,
snaps
we will
was
discuss.
Yeah.
I wonder if that includes penalties, because there was one, he had a good rush on a play there was a penalty. And then 4 for Byron Young and 2 for Keely Ringo. So there you go. I think the temperature for the defense, absolutely heating up. This defense is on the precipice of looking like one of the best in football again, depending on how that cornerback
So if we were doing
turns out, and they're going to be tested next week against
in the
Detroit
summertime,
Lions.
they'd be cooling down, right? Because you got to go for your preferred temperature. It's winter, so you want to heat up. Right?
Yeah, I think heating up is good, right?
Yeah, but if it's summer, you want to cool down.
That's true.
The
Good thing the
NBA
Eagles don't
Jam.
play in
He's
the summer.
heating up.
And I think you can argue that, like, for the Eagles offense, what you actually want that temperature to cool down. It's like, let's everybody calm down a little bit, you know. But
I think they showed a little bit of brotherly love on that last play, bro.
which one?
The Heat.
Yeah, I think that was somebody broke the thermometer on that play.
What's Jalen's saying about the thermostat?
I don't know if that's a Jaelen. I think that's like a Mark Sanchez. Don't be
It's
the
like a Sabanism or something.
be the thermostat, not the thermometer.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. I think that's a Sanchezism.
Is it?
I believe so.
Are we allowed to say Sanchez?
Well,
I can't say Brandon.
that'll do it for the temperature check presented by our friends
Things are heating up in here.
at Ace Hardware Home Services. Let's get to the super chats. Beyond the Latucci's of the world.
Latucci said he lives in Vegas. Love you guys. Thanks for everything. So thank you, man. That's
My
awesome.
man, the Tooch. Tucci. Fresh Prince. Why can't our receivers get open on scramble drills? Interesting question.
DeVonta's open every single play.
I will tell you that on the opening drive, that third down, that scramble drill throw from Jalen to Will Shipley that was an awesome play by both Jalen and Shipley. But yes, it is something that has in general been missing from the Eagles offense, I feel. Kyle O. I hate Sirianni. It makes no sense from the outside. He wins at a historic rate, yada, yada, yada. He stinks. I'm taking crazy pills. Hashtag Burger Brigade.
Where does that hashtag come from?
I don't know. Is that a Doughboys? I mean, I'm Spoon Nation.
What language are you guys talking right now? Is this sicko language? I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a heat seeker as well.
Okay.
Listen, the Nick stuff, it's just never going to end. He's going to go into the Hall of Fame. He's going to win 4 Super Bowls, and everybody's going to think he's the dumbest guy in the world.
It's very funny.
Hashtag blessed. You know, he's a Tim Robinson character walking and breathing in the real world.
We got to get him a crooner sticker for his window in his car so he can drive out of the NovaCare.
How am I going to make money off this?
It's a great idea. I got to make money from this.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. He even does the faces. Like, it's great. Michael Toma. Someone needs to tell Sirianni he needs to reverse his end of halves approach. I will do it. I will be the one.
It
weird. Drives me nuts. You got the best talent in the NFL.
Yeah.
On offense. Stop turtling. Stop putting your head between your legs. Go out and get something.
And especially in a situation where it's less than 10 seconds left, and the worst that's going to happen is a turnover.
You're not
going to
turn the ball over. Yeah.
Like, what are you afraid of?
And obviously, it is completely at odds with what they did at the end of the game.
Yeah. Very bizarre.
I mean, searching for intellectual consistency in the Eagles' game management decisions is the path to craziness. Like, that is what will make you end up in a straitjacket. So maybe that's Jalen Hurts. He has to get out of the straitjacket because he's been searching for consistency.
I'm curious to know what he said about that last play.
Jalen?
Yeah.
I mean, is that a savvy veteran move by DeVonta to go out there and just get in front of it?
I would have.
Probably. Like, he's conscious enough to know that that's going to become a storyline. Like, that play was crazy. I got to protect my coach a little bit.
Because that was one of those that go either way. Because if he would have scored, we would have been crazy.
I think I still would have said it was nuts. Kyle Sharon. Go Birds!
Go
Tough
Birds.
end and game all around, but can't take being at the top right meow for granted. I mean, listen. 7-2. They've beaten the Packers. They've beaten the Bucks. They've beaten the Rams. They'll play the Lions next week. If they win next week, they've beaten all the teams they're competing with to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah, outside Seattle, they've beaten everybody.
Seattle, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
This is no joke. I mean, they're finding ways to win games. And I know you can, like, if you're an Eagles hater, you can say, like, oh, Jordan Davis blocking a field goal is lucky, or they pulled a rabbit out of the hat here. Winners find ways to win games.
That's it.
It's that simple.
Juan Pablo Martin Riba says, Jamie, we are going to be okay.
Thank you, Juan Pablo. I think we're going to be okay, too.
Chase Daniel Plainview. Hurts is undefeated against the NFC North as a starter. Is this the biggest cheat code in the league? Will Marky Murph investigate in his free time?
It is pretty wild that
10-0.
Just dominates that division.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Put to the test next week. Sunday Night Football against the Detroit Lions.
Oh, another.
It'll be a hell of a game. Fresh Prince, do you guys notice that AJ Nember seems to elevate for his contested catches? He only tries to get good positioning. Hurts not outrunning that defensive tackle after eluding Micah is concerning. Two separate things. I do think, I mean, AJ's thing on those contested catches is the late hands. Like, that's what he uses. Like, that's how he tries to make those plays. So I'm not going to get on him for not going up for that ball at the end.
Yeah. I heard Pat Surtain talking with DeVonta Smith on a podcast, and Surtain was just talking about how, like, freakishly strong his hands are. Mm-hmm. So I think that's his style. So I'm not gonna roast him for just getting in position, kind of boxing out, using his hands, and he's good when the ball's coming his way. And
then I thought Jalen looked okay athletically tonight.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean,
Michael Parsons, I mean, the fumble, like he shouldn't fumble the ball, but that was a good play by the defense as well.
But the Micah Parsons one, I mean, Micah Parsons is a freak.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much you can't outrun Micah Parsons easily as a quarterback.
I had a 4-3 runner.
Mike Palumbo. Clearly, Vic digs Nakobe. Is it time to think about re-signing him after Bond hits the 30 mark? Seems to fit the young theme on D. They're going to have an interesting decision to make because Nakobe is a free agent this offseason.
He's playing amazing.
He's playing really well, but they're paying Zach Bond a whole lot of money, and they just used a first-round pick on Jahad Campbell. And there's other guys that they're going to have to pay on defense. Jalen Carter, starting this offseason probably. Eventually Jordan Davis.
Reed Blankenship.
Maybe. Quinyon eventually. Cooper eventually.
Yeah.
They're going to be paying a lot of guys. I find it hard to believe they're going to be able to keep Nakobe, but I also think they love what Nakobe does on the field. There's a reason he's on the field right now, and they really love the Georgia stuff too.
Yeah, and he seems to be kind of you know better. You're in there.
I think they view when he is happy, he is the leader. When he is healthy, he is the leader of the defense.
And
I
of the
agree.
Georgia guys too.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I agree. I think Howie has to find a way to keep Nakobe here.
And with the injury thing too,
Yeah.
you can't put all your eggs. It's a really tough decision to make because he's been injured a ton, so you don't want to invest all of.
Brotherly
your
love
capital.
discount.
But if he likes it
Yeah.
here a lot, I'm not saying take a huge discount, but
Yeah. Jacob Tammy's back. Says, how about we all pitch in on a plane banner that says, stop running on 3rd and long to fly around NovaCare. It's time for the gloves to come off. The gloves are off for Tammy.
I actually think the banner planes are relatively affordable.
Okay.
Just saying, the PHLY banner plane across Center City
Sure.
says stop the cowards draw now, Nick. It might get some eyeballs on it.
Jacob also says, no intellectual consistency to one shutdown ending today. No intellectual consistency to the Birds shutdowns tonight. Is it all meaningless? Welcome to the PHLY Nihilism postgame show.
We care about nothing, Lebowski.
Thank you, Jacob Tammy. And Latucci's back. Says,
Latucci!
love you guys. Vegas is Birds country.
Nice.
Matty Latucci!
Tooch.
Ooh, let Latouche out.
Vegas.
All right, let's take our last break. On the other side, we are going to be joined by the great E.J. Smith on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line. Can't wait to find out how frigid he is after a long night at Lambeau Field. I'm going to tell you about our friends, of course. Who else? Who else could we be talking about right now but the good people at Crooked T? You see the sign behind us? How else do you think we're getting powered through this game tonight? Everybody's got their favorite hard tea, but have you ever turned the can to read what's in it? You can't, because those other places don't tell you what's inside. They hide it while Crooked Tea brags about it. Crooked Tea brews real USDA organic tea for real flavor with zero sugar. No fake junk hiding behind the label. What you see is what you drink. So the next time you're at the store, flip the can, and if you can't find the ingredients, just put that bad boy back. Then grab a Crooked Tea, zero sugar, real tea, and fully transparent. You know it. So why drink the fake stuff? Crooked Tea, the only thing better is a strip sack in the Super Bowl. Visit crookedtea.com to find a store near you.
And thank you to everybody here for being a part of the PHLY community. We're always looking to improve our shows and better understand how you consume our content, how you watch, how you listen, and we value your opinion. That's why we've launched a quick survey, and your feedback helps us shape the content you love and for us to make it better for you. It only takes a few minutes, and it's a huge impact for us here. So head to allphly.com/survey and let your voice be heard. Respondents have a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card, and we really appreciate all of you being a part of the PHLY community. We want your feedback. It means a lot to us. So head to allphly.com/survey, let your voice be heard, and get in the running to win a $100 Amazon gift card courtesy of us. So thank you to everybody.
All right, we are back on the PHLY Eagles postgame show, and it is time to dial up the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, bring in our Eagles insider live from Lambeau Field. There he is. Bundled up, E.J. Smith. E.J., what was the juice in the locker room? That's a tight locker room at Lambeau, I remember.
I can't tell you. Oh, I can't tell you. I forgot about the mic. See, I'm so busy getting situated here at Lambeau. No, I can't tell you what the vibe of the locker room was.
So light outside there at Lambeau at 12:45 in the morning.
I also have a frozen tundra. If you a literal frozen tundra.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I listened to the press conferences, so I could give you some insight from some of the things that you guys were talking about earlier on the show. I thought Nick Sirianni's discussion or explanation for the end of game situation there, the fourth and sixth decision. I thought it was interesting. If you want to hear it, I got it.
Please.
I got it here for you.
Yes.
He said, "We were up 3 and we would have liked to be a little closer to kick a field goal, but the closer we would have gotten, you play every situation differently. But it was into the wind in that one." And then he kind of tailed off and said, "I got a lot of faith in our offense. It didn't work out, obviously. We just didn't get it. But the decision, I stand put on that decision, especially, going up 3, you're only going up 6 with the field goal. So it would have been a Hail Mary at the end of the game." So what he did not acknowledge is that they could have punted there.
Of course they could have
I don't know,
punted.
just an interesting, like he said that it was funny because I thought it was actually a good read by you earlier in the show that there's a possibility that the play call was Jalen checking at the line, because he compared it to the Cleveland game from last year, and if I remember correctly, I think that was a check at the line from Jalen to do almost exactly the same thing, a go ball to AJ on the outside. So I thought it was interesting he compared the two, but yeah, he basically said that he would make the same decision, despite the outcome tonight.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to say the guy is not telling the truth, but I don't think that was his decision. That's why he's saying I stand by it. That's why he's giving a completely incoherent explanation, because it's not what he thought they were going to do.
Well, it's the call, but it's also the decision to go for it in that situation.
Right.
Period.
He's the one. He is the one who sent the offense out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they had. I think your read is correct. I think that they probably had a more conservative play call.
There's no value in scoring a touchdown. The only thing they need to do is get 6 yards. If you're going to go for it, like you check to whatever you think can get 6 yards. The game is over if you get a first down.
Yeah, but I remember after that Cleveland game, like I remember people saying like it worked, but that was kind of crazy what they did.
Somebody was trying to get some fantasy points.
Yeah, you're right.
Sirianni's kids got AJ
trying
on
to
the
juice
team.
the numbers for AJ. No,
they did this against Washington too in 23 or 22. One of the 23. I think they did a similar thing against Washington.
Which what the home game against
I
Washington?
think that's
last
right.
year?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Vinny, what it was is that I had written that AJ Brown didn't have a target after the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, and I had sent it in, and then they threw it to AJ. That was what it was. They said we got to mess with EJ.
So did Jaelan talk about that play?
No, I don't think he talked much about that play. And he was very like Jalen, like winning is all that matters about the whole thing. There was a question about the offense being critical of the win, and Jalen basically, does the winning is all that matters thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to say that winning is all that matters, and you're also allowed to acknowledge you've made a mistake. But okay, all right. Beyond that, what else did Nick say that was interesting to you?
Yeah. So I thought, I thought the situational stuff was mostly what was interesting from him there. The end of half sequence, he said that they wanted to run the clock down. So that was like the reason they were conservative on the early downs, just trying to get to 5 seconds left on the clock so that they could avoid having to punt there. They could do the roll out and throw away.
They've got the Monstars, and they're playing 4 corners. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's really strange, especially because the year DeVonta is having, that 3rd and 12 that they had to him, where he runs the out route. It's like it can be that simple. If you don't give the ball to Will Shipley every third down and third and long, like it turns out you have talented players that can make the difference for you. So
Vinny liked you throwing Will Shipley under the bus there.
No shade to Will Shipley, but I mean, you got AJ Brown, you got DeVonta Smith.
Threw him in the ice.
I mean, Dallas Goedert's been playing well. It is strange. It was just a strange game, and I think it's okay. Like, like this, I've been kind of grappling with this since the final whistle, where it's like, you didn't feel great about this win. Wasn't confidence inspiring, but you don't really apologize for beating a real playoff contender on the road. It's still a quality win. So, and I mean, listen, the way the defense played, you feel good about that. So that was another thing that Nick said. He said that in the locker room, he was talking about that it was ugly, and Vic interjected and said, "I don't think there was anything ugly about that."
Vic was there? Vic was at the podium?
No, he was in the post-game locker room. I was like, what is this reference I'm missing here?
Well, no, yeah.
I thought this was like a Michael Vick joke. Like, you guys, you both. Yeah.
No, listen, I thought, it's true. This is a really good win. To go on the road against a motivated team, it's a huge win. It's a great win. And I think there are a lot of things to feel really good about. I don't want to be too negative. I just, don't lie to me.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great coaching performance. I think, and the talent on the roster. Well, sorry, offense.
Yeah, I was just going to say Vic would disagree with that statement.
Again, Vic's ready to jump in on that one as well.
Performance wasn't great situationally, but it's a talented roster, and they can win in multiple ways, which is encouraging. I thought that one was interesting. And then again, just like Nick really doubled down on not feeling like he basically just kept saying he would make the same call on that 4th and 6.
I think he's taking the heat on that one. Lane Johnson, just a wild sequence of events. I still can't get over him going in and being cold and then coming back onto the field. What did the guys say about it?
Yeah, a couple of guys, Jaelan talked about it and Nick talked about it. Just like what it does for the team, seeing a player, go through that and be able to play through pain like that. I'm sure Vinny can attest to like what that does to the rest of the group. And that was definitely something that a couple of guys mentioned. The thing that stood out to me, it's like he comes out at halftime and like my wife is like, "Oh wow, like I can't believe he's walking." It's like, well, they probably shot him up or something. He's probably got something.
But that's what I mean. He didn't.
Better. But yeah, no, I'm exactly. I was gonna say like he deserves a lot of credit because it's like he sits there in the cold for like an hour. So he doesn't have that might have worn off by then. I listen. I don't know how these things actually. I don't know what the timeline is like for these things. But no, definitely. Was a big moment. For a lot of the players to see him come back out there.
I feel like when he walked out onto the field, you just heard the glass break like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But then he sat down for an hour,
and
then he came onto the field.
It's crazy.
Hey, Vinny, by the way, we talked about it off camera. Give us the scoop on the cleats and why you think guys are maybe slipping in the first half.
Because listen, you can tell us. It looked really damped out there. It looked cold and damped. So it was a lot of slipping going on. They had to put them studs in, to stop from slipping. I think in the second half especially, you can see drastically that they put the studs on, there was less slipping.
Yeah.
I can try to.
They got to listen to Greg.
Got to. Listen, we got the best equipment manager in the game. Greg got like a scientist when it comes to the turf and the grass, and he'd be like, "Yo, bro, it's a different type of turf out there. You might want to wear. Think about it." And he'd be like, "You can listen to me, not listen to me. That's how G is. If you're a young guy,
there was that sequence.
You gonna listen to him.
There was that sequence where Mailata slipped. Where Mailata slips, and then the next play, I think Saquon slipped, and that was when it was like, all right, it feels like all these guys need to change out their cleats.
We seen that. What was that in London last year when one of the guys were slipping?
Yeah,
Brazil.
Thank you.
Is George Toma, that SOB, still running the Packers turf?
I'll have to do an investigation on this.
I'll never forget that man's name. I will never forgive him. That crooked, rotten turf monger. That's it. That's all I got.
EJ, Jaelan Phillips, what a debut. There's a little insight you have for us here.
Yeah, he said he was emotional before the game, and he doesn't get emotional before games usually. He said his family was in attendance, and that there was just a lot of significance in like how much change has happened for him. You know, I wrote about it before the game, like, you know, the significance of this opportunity that he has going from, you know, a team that was, you know, their season is essentially over at this point to, you know, being at a team that's got real Super Bowl aspirations and playing in prime time at the top of an edge rusher rotation. And obviously, you know, Jalen Hurts said like it seems like he fits in pretty good. Like, you know, he kind of hit the ground running with the team. So, but no, I found it interesting. I wonder a little bit. Do you think there's like a little bit of like subtweeting of the Dolphins happening here? Like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Of course.
Like, I was emotional before the game. Like, this is just so different and so special. It's a little bit like
he's dancing on their grave.
Absolutely. They didn't pay him. Yeah, they didn't pay him. He's got no love lost there.
I'm not saying it's disingenuous. I'm just like wondering if there's a little bit of an added motivation to kind of twist the knife.
Oh, I think it's 100% like genuine and just real. He went from the basement to the penthouse.
Yeah, no, he did. And I mean, I know Bo doesn't like the pressure stats, but he had a big game.
7 or 8, depending on who you listen to.
We can say he had a good game without referencing nonsense.
But, you know, it's funny, though, because it's like I think that you look at his sack production because, you know, we are a sacks podcast here. But I do think like
not in the champagne room.
No.
I mean, that's true. There's no females on camera.
No. We are a sacking the quarterback focused podcast here. But one thing you hear about Jaelan Phillips is that he's around the quarterback a lot. Maybe doesn't have the sack production. And I think that, like, you know, especially Vic has talked before about how he values pressure and affecting the quarterback more than he values sack totals by the end of the year. So I think Phillips is a good player for this defense for that reason. And you saw tonight, like, how often he is around the quarterback.
You know what position love pressures, don't you, bro?
Tell me.
DBs.
Yep.
So you said you didn't like the pressures. I was going to tell you that earlier, but DBs love pressures. They don't love sacks.
Because that gives them a chance to pick something off?
Correct. How many pass breakups did you see today? You see the whole. They love that.
Yeah.
They love pressures.
I am not saying it's not good to pressure the quarterback or get after the quarterback. I'm just saying referencing like a completely subjective stat as if it's a real thing. It's like saying, you know, a guy had 45 rushing yards, or no, he had like, I don't know, 6 good moves. Like, it's not a real thing.
Well,
it's somewhere in between.
Until you turn the tape on and you see that he sped up the clock.
You want to tell me what Vic thinks? That's fine. If Vic wants to tell me his stats, I'm willing to listen.
But it's kind of like errors in baseball. Sometimes it's subjective to the scorer. A pressure is subjective to the.
Listen, I'm telling you, go watch the reel of Jaelan Phillips' pressures from the Dolphins, and like half of them are laughable. Like, he's not affecting the quarterback at all. Well, that's not a shot at Jaelan Phillips. It's just a shot at
the Miami Dolphins.
Pressures.
We've gone too far down this litigation of the pressures. I've got other things I want to litigate with.
So one of those, EJ, Quinyon Mitchell, trying to stop the hater Bo Wulf resurging after his 2 bad plays in a game earlier this year.
Yeah, no, I have a quote from Bo Wulf. It was probably about 3 weeks ago. "Quote unquote, don't slip." Talking about like the one catch
I was watching that.
Quinyon Mitchell's allowed this year.
How dare he
He's been an
slip.
elite corner all season, and I texted Fran midway through the game. I'm like, I can't wait to hear how Bo tries to wriggle his way out of like spending a month going, "Are you worried about the defense? I'm a little worried about the defense."
I'm sorry. Hold on. You can't tell me that Jaelan Phillips made a difference in this game and say that this is the same defense. It's not.
But listen, we all said we weren't as concerned about the defense long term as you were.
Because you thought they were going to trade a 3rd-round pick for Jaelan Phillips?
Had we not talked about the possibility of them adding to the defense?
Come on.
Quignon's
You
the
said
same.
that they added 3 people. Only one of them.
Don't
was
lie to
out.
the people.
Jaelan Phillips played well, but we said that this was a talented group, and it wasn't like catastrophic. And again, this game was great for my argument. I've always been a little bit more worried about the way the Eagles' offenses look, and
Now you're straw manning.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
you're
he's
straw
peacocking.
manning. No.
I've got some like victory laps to take, but I also have some amends I need to take on some of my comments on this show over the last couple of weeks. But listen, the defense, I think it's time for you to take the L on this one.
EJ, I see you tweeted out
I will take no such thing.
some next gen stats here about our boy. Would you like to enlighten Mr. Wulf about my boy Q?
Yeah, I think it's 49.6% completion percentage against this season for Quinyon Mitchell, and he's on those targets, like when targeted, he is giving up the second least amount of separation in the NFL. Can you guess the only player he trails? Can you guess who it is?
Well, I saw it, so I will remove myself from the conversation.
I want Bo to predict it here.
Brandon Johnson.
Close.
He's a reigning award winner.
Probably the best corner in the league. Not named Quinyon Mitchell.
Brandon Johnson?
Patrick Surtain.
Vinny gets it. Yep. Brandon Johnson. We don't have to do this one.
I'm not. That's great. I've never said he wasn't having a good year. I'm allowed to say he had a bad game.
It was like
Said
2
don't
bad
slip.
plays.
I mean, yeah, 2 bad plays, and you're sitting here going, "Oh, he needs to be better. He can't slip. He shouldn't slip."
Unbelievable. I'm sorry that I hold good players to high standards.
I don't need to take the Moro Ajomo victory lap again. I mean, we know.
No, we already discussed that earlier in the show.
We
You don't
decided
need to-
you're last. Yeah.
I do need to.
You were
to
last.
put
You were.
a
Yeah.
take-
We all agree that you were the last person to like Moro Ojimo here.
Fran was first,
this-
Bo was
that-
second, EJ third.
This is ridiculous, guys. You guys know I am a Texas Longhorns fan, so I've been watching Moro Ajomo for a long time here, and just because I wasn't in these airwaves doesn't mean that I wasn't an appreciator of Moro Ajomo.
No, nothing that happens outside of these
Where are we
airwaves
going?
exists. It's outside
The
of
real
it's
ones-
outside of this universe. It doesn't count.
The sickos know where I stand on Moro
No,
Ajomo.
no chance. All right.
Are you gonna kill me on my Jalen Hurts MVP statement game?
No, I'm not going to kill you on that because they won the game. I mean, it's still if they win, if they're the number 1 seed in the NFC and nobody else has a great year, it's fine. He's got a shot.
Well, next time I'm on with Anthony, it's going to be appointment viewing. He's gonna kill me for that one.
All right. Any final thoughts, EJ, in your COVID haze as you watch this game? What was it like to watch a game on the broadcast for you?
Yeah, that's different for you.
It was annoying. Not enough replays. Very frustrated by that.
Look, the privilege here.
There were a few times where you wish you could see something. So I feel like Fran's pain whenever he's talking about like we need to see the all 22. Definitely some moments like where I put my notes like just have to watch the film back on that one. But yeah, no, I mean it was not as terrible as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I was very disappointed to miss the game. As hopefully our listeners know, like I really take pride in bringing people into the locker room and to the scene of the game. And but it was nice to watch it with my wife and my dogs and just
Big
have to
P.
enjoy
Shout out to
it.
Big P.
Yeah, Big P. Yeah, Big P was sitting by the fire. He had a nice time, I think. So, yeah,
Vinny, what do you
it was
think
good.
about the name Big P?
That's what they call JP. Big P.
Wow.
There you go. My dog and Jason Peters.
Gas fire or natural wood?
It's a gas fire, and it is a little disappointing. We would have loved the
You
wood.
sounded disappointed when you said
yeah,
that. When he answered that, I was like,
Oh
damn.
man, that's you could tell it broke his heart.
We are an analog family in a lot of ways, but not that way.
What does that mean?
I mean, just like we like to do things manually.
Big P.
EJ Smith getting it done inside and outside the studio. Good stuff. Thank you, EJ. We will look forward to talking to you on tomorrow's show at 2 o'clock, reading whatever you write on allphly.com. Make sure you become a diehard so you can check it out.
Thanks for having me, guys. I had to open a window to make sure I didn't overheat with a jacket and a beanie on in my house. It's like 30 degrees outside.
You look great.
Commitment to the bit. I'm learning. Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap things up here on the PHLY Eagles post-game show. Make sure that everybody comments, likes the video, all that good stuff. A couple super chats I think we didn't get to at the very end. Let's see who checked in here. Oh, I guess we got them all. Beautiful. Final thoughts, Vinny. Eagles 7-2. Lions next week. Appointment viewing. What do you think about this team?
I think that's the most important game of the season next week. Home in front of the crowd.
That's a good salesman right there. The most important game is the next game. Don't miss next week's postgame show.
I'm trying to tell you because that right there is going to determine a lot. It's going to determine a lot. Y'all, pass rush against another great pass rush team. I'm here for it. I might be in the building for that one.
Ooh. Yeah, there's gonna be some juice in the building. For that one.
I think it might be. I think that's one. That might be the one I bring Noah Curry to.
Ooh, nice.
Now we got a big weekend coming up for Noah.
Yeah, Noah Curry's playing in his championship game at Rutgers.
Oh yeah,
nice. Little Pee-wee action at Rutgers.
Now, is this like a rivalry game? The matchup?
It's a championship. Just
do we know this team that they're playing against?
Yep. It's a team out of Jersey.
Okay. What's the history?
We scrimmaged them early on.
Okay.
You know, they pull an upset this weekend. They even advanced to the championship.
Okay. So we're not overlooking anybody, but we're feeling confident. We take care of business. We're going to come home with this thing.
We better. Or Noah Curry walking home from Rutgers. Nah, I'm just kidding. Before somebody calls social service to somebody. No, I'm just kidding. But we definitely should walk away with this one.
Are we worried about them doing some of these shenanigans where they're going onside kicks and try to keep it away from the young man?
Absolutely, but you see what I sent you the other day.
Yes,
a little bit of tush push. You know that was courtesy. He called that on his own play.
Really?
He lined everybody up. That's why I wanted y'all to watch.
Oh, he called that,
dude. That was pretty funny. You know, I was like, "What are you doing, bro?" You know, and then everybody staring at me. I'm like this. That was pretty funny, man. But kids is having fun with it. Of course. We were winning big at that point. And he went to get his buddy a touchdown, and it worked.
Let's go. Shout out to Noah. Big game this weekend. Jamie, final thoughts.
Final thoughts are this defense is really exciting all of a sudden. It's amazing adding Jaelan Phillips, BG, and Nolan Smith back to this team, what it can do. We love pressures. Pressures makes Quinyon and Cooper's life easier, as Vinny just pointed out to us. This linebacking core is probably the best in Eagles history, potentially, and I don't think that's even close to a hot take. I mean, they've never had depth like this. Like, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is a competent NFL backup, like, at worst, and he's not even going to sniff the field if these guys remain healthy.
Seth Joyner might kill you.
That's okay. I mean, he could
but
definitely do that. That could have been true
yesterday, too, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just talking 1 through 3. Yeah. You have 3 guys that are really exciting. Nakobe's playing so good. The defensive line looks like they're rounding the corner and coming into form, and that secondary is nasty. So this defense, I think it's, the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year a lot. Look, the defense was huge, obviously, but they were kind of an offensive identity team. I think this Eagles team could be a defensive identity team, which is wild to say after a trade deadline where you just went out and got somebody. I'm really, really optimistic about how this defense is going to end the year.
All right. Good stuff. We will, of course, have you covered all week leading into the Lions matchup on Sunday. PHLY Eagles show every day at 2 o'clock. And we'll have you covered next week as well. One more super chat under the wire from Matthew Latucci. The Tooch Man says Birds by 4 next weekend. We will remember that prediction for the Tooch Man.
And by the way, if you're the Packers and you see the Eagles on the schedule, just don't even show up. Just go home.
Tough scene.
They just
tough scene for them.
Sirianni just dominates some of these coaches.
I don't like LaFleur's the beard thing. It's like it's not a very manly beard.
Yeah.
It's
too manicured. You know what I mean?
It's too pretty.
It's too pretty.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god!
But like LaFleur, McVay,
You ever go to
Shanahan.
some of them art shows? That's you know,
All
Let
these
us know in the
pretty boy
chat what you
coaches.
think about LaFleur's beard. I think we're all on the same page here.
He dominates these
Yeah.
pretty boy coaches. He
Yeah.
does. He's got McVay's number. He's got LaFleur's number. He's got Shanahan's number.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Thanks to Lindsay. Thanks to Julia. Thanks everybody for being with us
Thanks to
all
Ethan at
evening
home, too.
long. Thanks to Ethan at home. We will talk to you tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Don't miss Unblocked this week. Brandon Graham talks about getting back on the field.
PG.
Awesome stuff here at PHLY. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.